Hey guys, Ryan here for Bender Wins. Hope everyone's doing well today. Here with your daily free picks. All right, guys, so I have a busy Friday here. I have 3 free picks for you guys, and above and beyond that, I have 7 additional plays in Masterclass. A little bit of everything. I have 2 WNBA, yes, WNBA plays in Masterclass. Hockey and 4 additional baseball plays for free picks today, guys. I have 3 baseball plays for you guys. So nothing in NBA. Not a whole lot of options today. I looked. I mean, if you guys look at today's NBA, it is like a mishmash, I guess we'll call it. There's people betting on every team and every total and everything, and who knows? I mean, you can't make heads or tails out of that. So, I mean, if you're going to bet it, that's what it is. Coin flip, heads or tails, right? Yesterday, guys, so we went 0-2 in free picks. We battled back a little bit in Masterclass to end up going 3-3 for the day, but even the 3-3 was not enough because we did lose a 2-unit play. So, going to talk about a couple things really quickly before we jump into today's plays. I'm not going to make today's video too long for you guys. First off, guys, yesterday the thing that really had me nervous, it was in Texas, to be honest. Yesterday in Masterclass, I gave out 4 overs. Okay, you know that my natural lean is typically towards unders. However, I've been spotting some value on some overs lately, and it potentially because, you know, the unders have been hitting early on. But that makes me nervous. When I give out 4 overs and no unders, I stared at the page for quite a while before I said, are you sure about that? Anyways, we ended up going 3-1 on those. We got both hockey games over. We had Pittsburgh Penguins Islanders over 5. Needless to say, they were most definitely over 5. Same thing with Florida and Tampa. No sweat really in either of those games. So easy overs. And then we won a baseball game with Pittsburgh, Atlanta over 8.5, and then we lost. We lost Miami, Philadelphia. However, you go back, look at that. I believe there's 13 or 14 runners left on base, and that doesn't include double play balls. So a couple key hits could have got that done. Now, more importantly, guys, let's talk about a couple things. So this will be kind of be unusual, okay? For an 0-2 day, guys, I want to talk about the good and the bad. All right, now careful how you take this one. For the good, guys, I am going to say that Texas is a good thing, okay? And now I know this just went boom, your mind just blew because we just lost 2 units on that game. But let's look at this situation, guys, in a long-term vacuum, okay? We take what happened out of the equation from yesterday, and we can look at this objectively. And we got a game, guys, where there was no Stanton in the lineup for New York, Judge not in the lineup, and that line fell from the time we bet that or gave that pick out, guys. That line fell 25 points. It fell 25 points, okay? Texas pitching, amazing, okay? They had their scoring chances, as did the Yankees, but they had their scoring chances. Ultimately couldn't get it done, guys. You know, at the end of the day, you really want to try to find value in this, and what's going to happen is going to happen. There's still, unfortunately, you could find 100 points of value, and you're happy about it because you just found so much value. But a sporting event still needs to be played, okay? And that was the case yesterday, guys, but I still firmly believe Texas plus 120 is a significant amount of value, especially when you have no Stanton and no Judge in the lineup. And you saw the Yankees did struggle to get hits and to get, especially to score runs. But unfortunately, Texas, for the second game in a row, got blanked and did not put up a run. At least they managed to get hits this time. Now let's talk about the bad, okay? I just defended my Texas pick, okay? And it's not really the defense of the pick as much as it is. I want you guys to understand that, you know, you're going to lose plays where you have significant amounts of value. And you know, despite a line moving 25 points, we saw it in basketball a few times this year where, you know, the line would go from a team would be like, you know, -3, and it would go to like -9, and you think, oh my God, I got a -3, how can I lose? And they lose the game outright. You know, we saw that. So, I mean, that's 6 points of value in the NBA. It doesn't guarantee a win, guys, but I'll tell you something. That's the side you want to be on. When a line falls 25 points, that's the side you want to be on. So as I defend that, I have to say, guys, that my Cincinnati play yesterday was atrocious. It was atrocious. Okay, so look, I went back and I looked at this pick, and, so, let's look at that pick for a second. There's steam on it, 3 system indicators, 32% of bets, 82% of money. And I can go back through my thought process and I can say, Bender, look at this. There's steam, there's this, there's that, the money distribution, it's great. Cincinnati. But really, at the end of the day, guys, something I try to ask myself when I'm capping, is this the best spot? Is this the best spot? There was value in other places yesterday. We had a pretty light card. Is Cincinnati as a minus 135 favorite with slightly better pitching? Are they a good spot against the top team in the National League, who's been smashing home runs left, right, and center? Was that a good spot? And my answer to that is no, it wasn't a good spot. So it's not a good bet. Even that, like I pride myself in finding value. I really don't think there was any value at minus 135. It's probably a minus EV play, despite the fact there's steam and there's 3 system indicators and the money distribution is so good. And I'm not talking about the result. We know that Cincinnati got absolutely cleaned up, okay? But I think that, again, you have to go back and look at the plays, good, bad, or indifferent, like whatever happened in the game. You have to go back and you have to be objective about it. And it can be challenging sometimes because occasionally you can have a play that you win and you can convince yourself that was a good play because it came in. But you have to be objective about it when you're going back and looking at your old plays. And if you're actually truly objective, and I've told you guys about this, I've had plays that have won that I go back and I look at and they're bad plays. They're not good plays, okay? We might have got lucky. There just wasn't enough value, or maybe it was a negative EV or a negative expected value position. And I believe that's what Cincinnati is, guys. And it goes to show 16 years as a professional, you're still going to make mistakes. You're gonna make picks with blinders on sometimes. And in this case, I saw the steam. There's 3 system indicators. I like Cincinnati's pitching in this. I like the way they match up with the lineup. Again, great money distribution. 32% of bets, 82% of money. But at the end of the day, it's just not a great spot to lay minus 135. It really isn't. And that's why, to me, guys, I think that's my bad for the day. And I just think it was an atrociously bad pick. Okay, so we'll try to do a little bit better today. How about that? All right, guys. So again, I mentioned I have 10 plays today. I got 3 for you guys in free picks. And then Masterclass. Again, 7 more plays. I have 2 WNBA plays. If you guys were with this channel last year, we thrashed the WNBA, okay? Haven't had a WNBA play yet. I got 2 of them today. Same game, actually. But, we absolutely annihilated WNBA. And, again, I know, I talk to people about WNBA, and, some people are like, oh, that's interesting. I've thought about that. Other people snicker and be like, really? You're going to bet the WNBA? Yeah, I bet the CFL, too. How much time do you think Vegas spends on the Canadian Football League? How much time do you think Vegas spends on the WNBA? Not a lot, because the volume's just not there. It's just not there. People don't bet it enough, and again, there's better things to do. Make sure you got really sharp NBA lines so you can hammer the public out of their money. Public got slaughtered in NBA this year, right? Shit. You're not going to spend a lot of time on WNBA, okay? I can tell you that, guys. So there's good value. Anyways, so if you're interested, benderwins.com, guys. $99 a month gets you my full card every single day, and looks like we're going to have a fairly busy weekend. Okay, so let's get started here, guys. First game, we are going to go Arizona and Colorado over 11 minus 120. Okay, so Arizona, Colorado over 11 minus 120. I am not going to pass up a 19-mile-an-hour wind blowing straight out in Colorado, okay? Now, anytime you look at weather in Colorado, guys, it's an important disclaimer that, we're several hours before the game, but still, weather subject to change, okay? So you still have to like the matchup, guys, because in Colorado, you can literally watch that wind do a complete 180 and start blowing in. Now, as well, the other thing, too, to point out, guys, you might see 19-mile-an-hour wind blowing straight out in Colorado and think, Bender, how is that not a 3-unit play? 19-mile-an-hour wind in the most hitter-friendly ballpark in all of baseball history. How is that not a team to play, guys? Understanding, and again, look, I don't want to overcomplicate things, but understanding the dynamics of different ballparks is important. You know, and if you start to get really deep into that, you're going to get discouraged. So I'm going to say, like, it's not the most important thing, but certain ballparks perform differently with weather blowing in certain ways, okay? For example, obviously, guys, Wrigley Field, when the wind blows out, we know that is a good over park when the wind is blowing out at Wrigley. The ball travels. Colorado, guys, not really necessarily so, okay? I mean, yes, it's still a good over ballpark. We have a 19-mile-an-hour wind blowing straight out, but there's other things that impact it more, okay? So it's not like, you know, it's not the be-all, end-all of things that we're looking for, but we cannot ignore a 19-mile-an-hour wind blowing out in Colorado. We just can't, guys. So we're going to go Arizona, Colorado, over 11, minus 120, okay? Next play, guys. Seattle and San Diego. Seattle, San Diego. We're going to go over 7.5, minus 105, okay? So over 7.5, minus 105. Couple systems on this one. I do have, so I'll tell you guys, I have two systems on the over. I have one system on the under. The under system, it's more of just like, you know, kind of indicator. It's hit 51% over, I don't know, like 10,000 games. Like it's, you know, but it is there, okay? Two system on the over, one on the under. But we have multiple steam bets, 3 steam bets at this point, as a matter of fact. San Diego and Seattle over 7.5, okay? And finally, guys, we are going to go with the LA Angels minus 111, okay? So we're going to take the Angels minus 111. Guys, 5 different steam and reverse line moves in this game, as well as 3 separate system indicators on it. So, lot to like in this game, guys. It has swung. I mean, it's swung a lot from basically being a tiny little dog to now being basically a pick'em to a small favorite. So it has swung there, guys. Obviously, I think, you know, we can thank the steam for that, but I do believe that LA is the right side in this, and I still think there's a fair amount of value in this, guys. So I know that, you know, just at a glance, I would imagine there's probably a fair amount of public money going to come in against them, but we don't mind that at all, do we? So that is it for us today, guys. 3 baseball plays again, more masterclass if you're interested. If not, guys, I will hopefully be back tomorrow with some more free picks. We shall see. Thank you guys very much. I really appreciate it. And as always, guys, have a very lucky day.